Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. Over 100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell prophesied his return, but Sheriff Aesop Stormwood swore his descendants would stop him. He created Stormwood and Associates with the sole purpose of defeating Hollowell in the future. It failed. Now the young Raz Stormwood and her friends have been framed for a crime they didn't commit, and they've escaped to the Morris Halata Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive operating on the edge of society. If you have a problem, they can solve it. But don't get in their way, or else you might get caught in the eye of the storm. Stormwood and Associates stars Gen Proc as Raz Stormwood, Nick Izumi as Bill Carpathia, Kyle Johnson as Tristan Babbitt, and Trey Dorn as NK and Kel O'Reilly. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So the Stormwood team is trying to destroy the football. That's right. They've dragged it along with the Tristones of Nakor in a device built by Mikhail Enris to a abandoned town of Halcyon, which will sound awfully familiar to people who listen to the first season of The Meat Grinder, the spin-off podcast from this one. But also, upon getting to the supposedly abandoned town, they ran into someone who should also be familiar to people who have listened to Season 1 of The Meat Grinder, and that is a goblin who apparently had been at one point locked in the trunk of a Lincoln. Anyways, that goblin has greeted our heroes coming to town and revealed that there's a whole population of orcs who, and other stuff, who had invaded the town, kind of indirectly revealed that coming through the Stone of Trankura's gateway. You know, listen to The Meat Grinder Season 1. And anyways, they're currently in a former Thai restaurant, which has been converted into this goblin's home, along with the goblin's roommate, who the goblin keeps referring to as Kevin, because he thinks that's a normal orc name. I mean, it kind of is, but still, it's not. Anyways. No, we are not eating them. They are we have to treat, look, they got into town. Right? Which means... It means they got it. It means they can get out of town. We get the hell out of this little dump. I have to breed squirrels to have squirrels to eat because some of those damn things turned zombies.
Zombies.
Okay.
Rez raises her eyebrow at that word.
Okay, look, I love the ambassador, so, like, if we can get them to take us out of town, we can go, like, you know, find the Stone of Trankura, reopen the gateway, go home? Yeah, I don't really care about that part. Look, I care about that part. I care a lot about that part. I got a wife. I got 3 kids. I want to see my 3 kids. I don't want my wife to get remarried. Probably she'll get remarried to my cousin Freddie, and I don't like Freddie. I definitely don't want my kids growing up around Freddie.
I am giving eyes at, like, my entire team when he says Stone of Trankura.
I mean, look, it's fine if they can stay here for the night, but please stop trying to talk to me about Sarah or any of this stuff, okay? I just want to read my book and, like just maybe, like, look, I found a Nicholas Sparks book I haven't read yet. I'm just going to read this, and it's fine. Okay? Okay, so Kevin says it's fine you stay here.
Great.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, whatever. So anyways, we have comfy furniture. He points at like the piles of like pillows and cushions that are kind of stacked up in the corner. Feel free, spend night, like relax, chill out. You know, it's not movie night. So sometimes we have movie night where like we take one of the some of the DVD box sets we found around town. I mean, that we just happened to already own. We did not loot them from houses. And a generator and a projector, and we put up stuff. And, you know, like, MASH is very good. So, like, if you're here, like, tomorrow, we're doing, like, 3 episodes of MASH, probably.
Yeah, I think we've all seen MASH. Like,
right, but it's
all
so
of us.
good. Like, you know, it, like, tells the tragedy of war, but has sense of humor about it.
Are you just now discovering MASH? Hey, out of curiosity, does Kevin have one of those tattoos too?
Are you asking GM? Or are you asking, is that Bill saying that in character?
That's Bill saying that in character.
Kevin looks up. What about my tattoo?
Yeah, like, I couldn't help but notice our friend here showed us his tattoo, and I was wondering if you had a similar one.
He lifts up his forearm. Yeah, there's a tattoo on his arm.
Cool. Cool and good.
Bill? Who's your dad?
I don't give. Like, he was just some guy. He wasn't even very good at like magic stuff. I don't know. He left my mom for some other guy. I don't know what was going on, and I don't. You know, my dad is my dad. He was like a party magician.
Well, I mean, like, clearly also, though, like, these guys don't look that highly on humans, right?
Yeah.
So why would
Yeah.
your human father have that?
Party magician.
Right. I'm very confused. I feel like there's massive.
So am I.
Yeah.
This is highly concerning.
Can I put my arm down now?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry. Hey, you out of curiosity, just have some more questions. I'm sorry, it's a really interesting tattoo. Do you guys know anything about like coins that would have that same logo on it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, one of his wizards would have the coin. They don't have to get tattooed.
One of his wizards?
Why are you giving information like this? Come on, Kevin, we are normal people, normal Arameseans. Get with the flow, man. We don't know anything. This is like from Supernatural, right?
Yeah. One of whose wizards now?
The yellow-eyed demon from season 2 of Supernatural. Now, do you like ship like, or like, I got to admit, I'm a little bit into like the Wincesk shipping. I admit it, but you know, it's a little weird of me. I know. But like, you know, I'm just not feeling with Castiel now that he's shown up. Do you know, are there more than 5 seasons of Supernatural?
There are at least 10 more than it needed, from what I've been told.
Wow. Do you have copies? I've only got
I-
seasons 1 through 5 on DVD. We did them for movie nights.
I have Netflix?
Netflix. That requires I read of Netflix, this thing. That requires internet. We do not have internet.
Bummer.
We have many DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah, I guess I was just curious about that tattoo. It's just so familiar to me for some reason. I haven't seen much Supernatural.
Oh, it's a great show, great show. It's about two brothers on the road, and they fight monsters and bad guys.
Wow, I hate the premise of this already.
And they fight these demons. They have cool car.
Wow, and it's about two brothers.
Yes, there's older brother who was more like the favorite one. And then there is younger brother who is more intellectual, goes to school, and he doesn't want the lifestyle of his father or his brother, but he gets into it, and because
This sounds terrible.
And the older brother, he's cool and he's really awesome, and the younger one is he's boring vegetarian.
Okay. This sounds a little too close to home for my taste.
It's a great show. You should watch show. We can, if you haven't, maybe I can ask the guys to, reschedule tomorrow's movie night and watch some Supernatural.
I do not want to see this show. This show sounds like the opposite of what I would ever want to see.
Oh no, you're it's great. I'm underselling it. It's a great show. You will love it.
Oh boy. Okay. Great.
I like it almost as much as I like Gilmore Girls. Which Gilmore Girls is great, but it's funny because the guy who plays Sam on Supernatural, the brother is Dean, but there's Dean and Sam, but the actor who plays Sam on Supernatural played Dean on Gilmore Girls. So they're both Dean in a way.
I don't even know what to make of this.
You've never watched the Gilmore Girls?
I've never watched Gilmore Girls, no.
Oh my god, you must watch Gilmore Girls.
One of my best friends loves it. I never really got a chance to sit down.
Actually, Bill, you should watch Gilmore Girls. It's really good.
I didn't say it was bad.
No, I mean, I'm just genuinely, the Goblin's right. It's a good show.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll take a look.
I mean, skip the Netflix revival. There was a revival? Yeah, it wasn't good.
I hate to say it, but has there ever been a good Netflix revival? Like if a show was good, does it ever turn out well when Netflix is like, this show needs another season?
The Killing?
I didn't see that.
Longmire?
Okay, that was good. That kept being good. That was crazy.
I liked the second revival season of Arrested Development.
I've actually never watched any of the revival. Didn't see any of the revival. I just watched that on
MST3K?
Oh, okay. I guess that counts.
Yeah.
I like the Reptilicus song.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is fascinating. Here. I will get you a drink, friend. Not food, friend, who will lead me out of this hellscape of a town, where I live with a bunch of orcs who get drunk and party around the bonfire with their stupid drums all the
Are you-
freaking time.
Are you the only goblin in town?
As far yes, well, I mean, obviously not anymore. That this handsome guy showed
Well,
up.
no, but
Hey.
Hey, high five. He puts up his hand to high five you.
High five him back.
Great, yeah. No, I'm the only. It's just me. There's a bunch of orcs, and then like a handful of elves who live up the hill. They're douchebags. They won't let anybody else stay in the nice house. Which, like, is pretty shitty. Like, elves should know their place, right? Like, they were like, elves are supposed to work for you, but no, like, we were the ambassadors, personal elves. We stay in the nice house. You, the shitty gobbo, Mr. General, you get to go live down with your orcs.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Bunch of snobby pricks. We don't invite them to movie night, though, so joke's on them. They will never know the tales of the 4077. MASH is a really good show.
Everyone has seen MASH. This is okay. Deep breath.
I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know if I've ever seen MASH.
Oh my god, you haven't seen.
Well,
It's actually good.
I've only got
Oh, that's right.
6 years of memories, jackass.
All right, sorry. Look, I'm a little distracted by the.
And I spent a chunk of them watching Supernatural. That takes a lot of time.
I don't know what to make of that last part.
I don't know.
Look, I want to know what's. I'm curious about Supernatural, and that logo.
The logo.
Real curious about it, actually.
The logo's not from Supernatural.
I know it's not from Supernatural. I'm playing along.
Okay. Quote unquote, Kevin just looks up. Like, you're like 10 feet away from Kevin. From quote unquote Kevin, I should say. He's just. Have any of you read The Notebook before?
I mean,
Can't say that I have.
Okay, there's a movie of The
Read
Notebook?
a notebook.
He's like holding up a copy of The Notebook that he's reading. This is really good, guys.
Oh, good.
Anyways,
I'm glad
Gabo
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
you guys know Gabo's full of shit, right?
Yeah, we kind of figured that out. Look, man,
My name's Gragnath, Murderblood. It's not Kevin.
Yeah. No, we totally know.
We got that.
We
I
picked
think
up
he
on that
met
right now.
Thank you for being honest, though.
I think he met
Appreciate that.
an orc
I do
named
appreciate
Kevin
that.
one time, and he thinks that's a normal name.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. That's good. Thank you.
I mean, it's a perfectly normal name.
You guys want some coffee or something?
Man, I would love some coffee. I need to know a little bit more about your tattoo, and I'm.
Oh, it's the symbol of the Dark Lord of the Night, Savior who saved us from the light. It's,
Huh.
I don't know.
And you said a wizard would, in service of him, would have a coin.
Oh yeah, no,
that-
his wizards are they're not a lot of them anymore, but it's his wizards going back millennia.
How likely would it be that one of his wizards would even be in this realm?
Oh, I don't know, I mean, here in the Grey Havens, I don't know.
Here in the what now?
The Grey Havens, where we are. All the people escaped to the Grey Havens.
Huh.
10,000
That's
years
what you
ago.
call this. Oh.
Yeah, there was an uprising. A bunch of, like, a bunch of the people banded together from across all the races. And they failed. And they escaped to the Grey Havens. Through cracks that were later... the little people apparently kept escaping for a while. Because the cracks, they were still small cracks.
Yeah, we can confirm that one.
Those little people
Yeah,
are fucking weird.
Yep.
Yeah,
can confirm.
they are. Like, first-hand experience. They absolutely are.
Like, what? Like, isn't that just, like, invisible little people are, like, you're just trying to use the bathroom, and then suddenly, oh no, there's an invisible little people town in the outhouse.
Yep.
Because they built it overnight. And, like, you're just trying to, like, have your morning constitutional, and then there's all this screaming. It's like, don't build a town there. It's an outhouse. Like, you can, like, accidentally commit genocide, like, 10 times a week because they don't let you see them. I'm just like, if you're going to build your infrastructure in places that other people are going through and you make it invisible, you are kind of asking to accidentally get run over by a wagon cart.
Hey, Trey.
Yeah?
Grey Havens. The Order of Grey Haven.
Sure is a thing, you know.
Sure is a thing I know.
Sure is the thing that Hollowell's in charge of.
Yup.
Sure is the thing you
And-
stole the football from.
Yup. So here's my question. And it's going way, way back to like the first episode
Okay.
that we did where we tracked Prip and Pruitt and those guys. We got a coin off of them, right?
Yeah, that was a coin of the Order of Grey Haven.
Yeah.
That was their symbol, which is different than this symbol.
Okay, that's what my question was. Like,
Yeah.
is the symbol like similar at all?
Like stylistically, in the sense that like there's some like runes on both symbols that they're different, but like stylistically, like they could have like similar origin points.
Okay.
Like, but it's clear it's a very different symbol. Like, there is no
Okay.
way you would confuse the two.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And then I would like to ask. I'm just gonna call him Greg. So these wizards you're talking about, is there any chance of any of them being, I know, crazy as it may be, human?
Oh no. It's
No?
look, I'm a vegetarian, so like I don't eat. Look, I know. So humans have a shit ride in our world.
Yeah.
You guys
We
seem
figured that
smarter
out.
than those humans, but they like to eat you, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't make
Kinda
the
saw that one
rules.
coming.
It's kind of a thing. It's not a common thing. Like, it's like anyone who's had human, like, you gotta talk. There aren't a lot of them to eat, so like only a rich asshole like Gabbo's really like ever had them anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a rich asshole. Like, he's got a castle. He's got like all this shit back home. Like, he's rooming with me because I'm the only one who could tolerate him.
Mm.
Huh.
Yeah. No, he was the boss of us. Like, there were a handful of goblins who came with us, and he's the one who's alive.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Hollowell?
Nope.
Cool. Awesome.
Why?
Just curious.
Oh, yeah. Not aware.
Cool.
Look, I grew up in the army. It's the way of life.
I feel ya.
You cross to a new world, you conquer the world, you kill all the people. It's not great. But, usually they're shooting at you or, like, swinging swords at you, too. So, like, if you're riding a wildebeest into battle, it just sort of is a thing.
Mm-hmm. I will say, though, that when he was saying that, like, none of the wizards are humans, Raz was definitely, like, looking at Bill.
Bill is feeling really uncomfortable. Okay, I'm sorry, follow-up wizard question. Do any of the wizards, I don't know, look human? Or pass as human?
No, usually wizards are elves. They're usually the best arcane channelers.
Yeah, I mean, well, elves are pretty similar to humans. I mean, you know Kel.
I mean, true.
And if he was, like, trained in putting a disguise on, he could disguise himself as a human pretty easily.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, I guess. I mean...
Bill's ears are pretty round, though.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would have assumed that a doctor would have told me if I was half-elf.
I mean, would they? Like, I mean, the physiology is pretty similar. Like, our organs are in the same places. That's why, like, humans and elves can have kids together where, like, humans and goblins can't.
Huh. This is very true.
And only, like, it's pretty, like, you can get, like, orcs and humans can interbreed sometimes, but it's pretty rare that there's enough genetic compatibility for a viable pregnancy there.
And theoretically, if you would have been born an elf, they could have, like, and I hate to say it, but they could have, like, surgically unpointed your ears.
Ah! I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Because I've seen humans with, like, getting body modification to, like, point their ears.
Yeah, how old are you, Bill?
Late 20s.
Late 20s.
28-ish.
28-ish. Okay. Kel's 25 when he died. When he got separated from himself, but that means that Bill, could Hollowell be your dad?
I mean,
No.
I never ruled it out.
I don't want this. Don't like it. No.
I mean, mathematically, like, because Pat's your older brother, right?
I mean, yeah.
And his coloring and Kel's coloring were pretty similar, right? And you take more after your mom?
That's also true. I just always looked like Mom.
Yeah?
Oh, God.
Pat was about Kel's height.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm just guessing. There are a lot of elven wizards in the world. It's incredibly common. But our life tends to be deeply ironic.
Bill looks deeply, deeply disturbed. No.
Would that make
That just
Kel his brother or his dad? If that's true.
Why not both?
Hey, brother, dad.
I mean,
It's me, your sister aunt.
He is your best friend, so I mean, like, you're already close. And then would that make Raz your stepsister?
I have so many questions.
Step aunt?
Step aunt, I think. Because I'm Kel's.
Again, we're just theorizing. We have literally no evidence to back this up other than
Well, and
like
what-
there are many elven wizards in the world. I'm sure you had a number of professors who are elven wizards growing up.
I mean, yeah,
And while dark-haired elves aren't as common, they do exist, and there are plenty of them. This is you guys are having like a whole thing here. I'm gonna go make that coffee. Gragnath gets up, puts his
Thanks, bud.
cup in goes back into the kitchen of the restaurant.
Okay. Now that they're both gone. Okay, guys.
I'm right here,
Change of
guys.
topic.
I've just been lounging on these cushions. They're very comfortable.
I thought you were gonna get us something to drink, but I guess not.
Oh, okay. You want? Okay, I'll go get you something to drink. He leaves the room.
The service here, I swear. No, I wanted to talk to the team
Okay.
about the Stone of Trancura.
Okay.
okay.
Well,
Which is
I will
the
point.
football.
No, the football is the
No?
Stone of Rebirth. Stone of
Ah.
Trancura was so during. Okay, so so you got the football
Yes.
at the Greyhaven Manor, while the Stone of Trancura was also in that house and getting auctioned off, and you used the
Ah.
auction as a cover to break into the manor. Hollowell had the Stone of Trancura when he disguised himself as you, Raz,
Yep.
and
So
killed Barrow
so
Mackay.
basically,
And
so here's
and when he framed you for murder.
here's my idea. I know who has the Stone of Trancura that can send these guys home.
Okay.
That is technically true.
This is technically true.
I mean, okay, I'll let you talk through the whole thing first.
Yeah. Here's my thought. It sounds like there's a bit of an army just hanging out here,
Yeah, it's seeming that way.
and we need a bit of an army if we're gonna go kick Hollowell's ass.
Okay, but counterpoint, this army seems pretty loyal to Hollowell,
What?
or at least
No,
whatever.
no, they're
his
not.
Dark
They don't know
Lord-
who he is.
They don't know who Hollowell is. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. These guys sound like part of an invading army that was cut off from their commanders and have just been hanging out because they don't have orders. We open that doorway for them. Suddenly, more of them come. I don't know if you
I-
noticed the large bombed out areas of this town before we came in, but there was
And he did say zombies.
something about zombies too. Yeah.
Something about zombies.
Like
Yeah, we need
look,
to.
these guys seem perfectly affable, but they're also like foot soldiers, right? Like
Yeah,
they are
yeah,
foot soldiers who don't have orders, but they came from an army that there's probably way
That-
more of them.
And definitely do have orders.
Yeah. Like
So
because
you're saying if I offer them the stone, bad idea.
which by the way, Hollowell has the Stone of Trancura.
Yeah. So I'm not like personally. I'm saying like they need to go fight him to get it. I'm saying like
Okay.
Hey. you guys could go get it, but this dude has it.
I mean, if you want to tell them where it is, I don't know how great of an I mean, we just got to make sure they also don't get it. Because
That's the thing. Yeah.
they open that gateway and a whole ass army can come through.
Yeah.
But if we
I
can get
think
it
it's better
before
to
they
not,
can.
to not involve them.
What are you guys talking about? Gragnath comes back with a pot of coffee and a bunch of cups on a tray, like a little like trolley from the kitchen.
Oh, just mash. You know,
That's pretty
army
good.
stuff. Yeah.
Like it's really like an effective like story about like the toll of war like on a country that it takes place. And it really makes you think, you know, about like the horrors of war and just trying to like make it through.
Speaking of which, you guys are soldiers, right? Does it make you guys think about stuff?
I mean, look, I'm happy to sit here reading novels and, you know, stuff with Sarah is rough, and she wanted, look, the problem is that Sarah wants kids, and I don't think it's a great idea to raise kids in a town like this. I mean, we're really trapped and isolated, you know, we're like hunting wildlife for food. Like, we've been doing movie nights, but we're siphoning off gas from remaining cars to, like, power that generator. And it's like, there's a point where we're going to run out of stuff. And the winters are hard as hell. And you don't want to bring up a kid in that environment. What are we doing? And Sarah just looks at me and she's just like, this is what, if you don't want this with me, I can't see a future for us. And so, like, it's just like, I don't know what to do. But I don't really care about this war. You know, Gabo's all gung-ho. He wants to get home, but he's got like a freaking castle, you know? Like, my whole life has just been like marching in places, swing my axe, kill some people who probably didn't deserve it. But, you know, like, that's what you gotta do to eat, you know? Like, if you don't do it, you don't get to eat. And I don't know about you, but like, sometimes you're just kind of trapped by the feudal structure of your economy.
Gragnar, what if I told you there are ways to get...
Gragnath.
I'm so sorry. Gragnath,
okay.
What if I told you, though, that...
Gragnar is the feminine.
Oh my god, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to misgender you.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I understand, bud.
But I mean, like, there are ways... And I don't know if you know anyone else who would be interested, but there are places outside of here that don't involve murdering all the time. I don't have a lot of first-hand experience with those ways, but they do exist.
You know, I mean, I figure, like, seriously, like, I'm just a homebody. Like, I've been fine. I just don't want to raise kids here, you know?
No, that makes perfect sense. I know a lot of people that don't want to raise kids.
Like, it's just not a healthy environment. And, like, I don't know what it's like out in the rest of your, like, the rest of the Grey Havens for an orc, but, you know, there's always this pressure for violence in the culture, and, like, I'm just not on board. Like, I don't want to be my father, you know?
I can definitely relate to that right now. Specifically. For no specific reason.
I mean, my family last name is Murderblood because my father earned the name Murderblood. Now we all have to be Murderbloods. And, like, you know, how do you even live up to, like, what kind of a weird last name is that?
Yours?
Yeah, I know, and I'm stuck with it, which means I've got to live under the shadow, the Murderblood shadow, for my whole life.
I mean, yeah, that's not great.
And Sarah just can't understand that, you know? Like, I don't... Like, she just...
How would you describe Sarah?
Oh... She's smart. She's tough. She can, like, lift a whole cart with, like, one hand.
Ooh.
And, you know, sometimes she has this little smile. You know. Oh, she's Sarah.
No, I think we can sympathize. Look, we've got a lot on our plate right now, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're like hauling around this giant, like the magical energy coming off that thing is huge. Like it's making the hair stand up on the back of my neck.
Yeah, it's not great. It's the reason that
Not to mention
carrying it.
the magical energy coming out of that guy's backpack.
We got this whole thing we're gonna do, and
What kind of magic? What kind of thing?
look, there's another guy that we have a bit of a standing feud. Is feud the right word?
I don't know, like
Beef?
desire to murder?
Yeah. And
He's trying to conquer the world.
trying to conquer the world. We gotta stop him. Because if we don't, a whole lot of people are gonna get explodified, probably.
Are people gonna get explodified?
Oh, they'll get ruled over. I imagine getting exploded is part of that.
Is he any worse?
Lots of people are gonna die.
Is he any worse than the people currently in charge?
I mean,
Well, he did personally frame me for murder and take
Okay, that's
complete control over my entire previous life and everything I loved. So,
okay. That's a shitty thing
Okay,
to
so
do.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is.
Okay, why are you why are you hauling the big magical items around?
Well, let's say there's a guy, a very magical evil guy, and he just keeps getting reborn.
We're gonna blow up one of them with the other.
That.
Yep.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, like I didn't need more backstory than that. Oh, okay. Don't. So you've got an arcane focus, like something that like you could focus a huge amount of energy to blow up the other magical item. That's what's in the backpack. Is an arcane focus.
Jeez, you
Pretty
really
much,
know
yeah.
your stuff.
I went to a military academy, man. I'm not dumb.
That's not standard for military academies around here.
Well, you clearly don't walk into battle against battle mages all that often.
Battle mages? That's an option?
Yeah, like warcasters.
Warcaster. That sounds really cool. Sorry. The whole thing. That doesn't come up a lot.
Okay, yeah,
Believe it or
no,
not.
it just, like basic stuff. Anyways, don't let Gabo know you have that.
Yeah, that's a big, easy thing to... He doesn't seem like the kind of person we'd want to show it to.
Yeah, don't tell Gabo shit.
is Gabo still getting his drinks?
Coming. Okay, so I got a couple of things, and Gabo walks out, and he's got like a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, a bottle of Worcestershire sauce, and a bottle of soy sauce. So I'm thinking we do mixed drinks.
I mean, you're technically possible.
Yeah, I mean, you might have better luck with tomato juice instead of the Mountain Dew, but we'll work with what we got.
He just starts pouring the soy sauce and the Mountain Dew equal parts into a cup.
Ugh. Oof.
He hands it to you, Raz.
Yep.
He pours another for himself. Cheers, okay?
Cheers!
He downs the whole thing in one gulp.
She follows.
Okay, so it is late.
Mm-hmm.
We should get sleeps.
We should get
And
sleeps.
you guys can go do the thing you're doing in the morning and then show me how to get out of this town.
Sounds good.
Okay. He gestures at the piles of like cushions and pillows that are kind of like filling a cute, that's like actually a pretty good sized chunk of the room. And he just like walks over and flops down and like goes to sleep. Gragnath looks annoyed and starts blowing out candles.
I mean,
Guess we're gonna spend the night.
do we have much of a choice?
I don't think so.
I mean, do we want to do like a watch system or?
That seems like a really good idea.
Yeah, look, no one's gonna eat you.
And no one's gonna steal our stuff?
It's probably the bigger concern.
Look, Gabo's asleep. I'm not gonna take your shit.
Okay.
Okay.
We've had bad shit happen to us in the past.
We've
so
had
we're
a
little
lot of bad
paranoid.
shit happen to us.
Apologies.
He goes, so Gragnath goes over and like grabs the door, which is still like, 'cause it's off the frame, grabs the door
Yeah.
and then pulls it into like the hole where the door used to be. Stacks a couple of chairs behind it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, let's be clear. We live in this one because no one else wanted this.
Cool.
You guys think there's a way we can...
a good house.
Good night, Gabo.
Good night.
Hey, Gabo. You guys think there's a way we can save Gragnath? I mean, he seems fine, if not outright good.
I'm right here.
Yeah, we're
I'm
all
fine.
in the same big.
It's not a, like, dude, I'm in the room. Look, I don't think you can save me from a broken heart.
I mean, yeah, oh man.
I'll be fine. He goes back and sits down to like the one candle still lit in the room and goes back to reading the notebook.
And end a scene.
Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. To be continued. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network. And that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, you know, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.